What is up, all you beautiful people? Welcome back. And as you can see, I've got a few new bits and bobs for the Hilux. Give them a birthday. So in my left hand, so on screen it's probably my, I don't know, got a adjustable up control arm by SPC. This beautiful thing is the Radflow 2.0 coil lever by phat. So I picked up some of these. Also by phat, I've got their well-known diff drop for the Hilux because I'm going 2 to 3 inch adjustable lift, so that's necessary. Lastly, the new shoes. Picked up some 33 inch Maxxis Razrs. I've got these second hand off Marketplace. They've done, I think, 1,000 Ks or something, so they're pretty much a steal. So 4 of these. That's it. Alright guys, we're back at it again. As you can see, I already had a little bit of a head start on you. I've taken the tyre off and pulled most things out. Now I've done this so I can realise what needs to be done, so then I can tell you guys when I do the other side. So I've pretty much got this side as far as I can go. I'm going to head around the other side now and show you. Alright, so I'm on the passenger side at the moment. Now, when it comes time for doing this, jack your car up on axle stands, take your wheels off, shove them under your chassis in case your car drops. Nice, neat little trick. Alright, first things first. Oh, it's going to have a shadow. On these two ball joints, you got the one up on your up control arm, and then you got one down here on your tie rod, steering rod, whatever you call it. Take out those split pins. They're a 19mm nut, a castle nut, so you got to undo those. Once you undo those, you want to take your sway bar link out. Now this sometimes is a pain in the bum because if I can get it to do it, you can see there I can actually turn the whole thing. So they've actually got I think it was a 6mm Allen key, 6mm Allen key that actually goes in the end of it, and then you can just use a 17mm spanner to undo the nut, and then you should be able to just wiggle that straight out. When it comes time to get separating these ball joints, just got a big hammer. If you see up here, there's a flat spot on this here. Bang that. I gave mine about 5 hits and mine come out. And then on this lower one, you'll see 2 knuckles. Well, you'll see this knuckle thing here. Hit that a few times and that should just pop out. With mine, I just put a jack under the caliper here, well, back a little bit under the control arm sort of thing, and that just made life easy getting these out so the coil wasn't pushing down on it, and then bash those and they popped out. When you do it, leave this nut on a little bit so nothing goes flying. You can pull this one completely out. Another really good tip too is to put nuts and bolts back where you got them from if you can, or if you're not replacing them. Sorry, if you're reusing them, then you don't lose them. Then you know where they go. So, yeah, I'm going to pull this side apart, and I will show you guys how to do that. Alright, so we're going to do continue taking out these little split pins. Technically, you should replace these every time, but if they're okay, I mean, whack them back in. It can be an absolute turd to get out sometimes. The one on the other side, I could not get it out for the life of me. Well, that was the one up here on the upper control arm I couldn't get out. I've got it eventually. There's one, and the top one looked like that, which was really easy. The bottom one's just your standard split pin. Don't lose those. Alright, 19mm Should be able to crack these pretty easily. So you can undo this one the whole way. Invest in some ratchet spanners, make your life so much easier. Or one of those little rattle gun things, little, you know. Alright, leave that with a couple of threads on it. Alright, I want to put my jack under there now. Just a little bit. I'm going to hit just above this steering arm on this knuckle here. There you go, see that one? It hits. And then on this one there's this flat spot. I mean, haven't been undone for a long time. Don't need a ball splitting tool, don't need anything. Just do that. That comes out the whole way really easily. Grab some sort of big pry bar and you want to put it in under your spring. And if you guys can see here, see how I push down it, that loosens that nut. On that. Undo your rest of your nut. Gently let it up. Bada bing, bada boom. That's good. Put your nuts back on. Alright, now to get the coilover out, you actually need to like turn your sway bar out of the way. Got 14mm nuts on top of the coilover. So crack all those. You can take off 2 out of the 3. I take out the back one and just one of the sides, and then leave one of them on there again with a bit of thread so you're not dropping the whole not dropping everything. Now you're able to loosen off the actual, what do you call it? Pull over bolt at the bottom. It's a 19mm. Just get a big breaker bar and just crack it. There is a nut on the outside, so you need to put a spanner on it. Once you crack the thing. Alright. Now you can take the jack out. Alright, fine, got the nut off that thing. Got that out. Put these back together again so you don't lose them. I'm going to keep saying that. Alright, now comes the fun bit. So, push this sway bar as far away as you can. I'm going to leave that nut in there for now. Now, you should be able to just lift this sucker up and out like that. Just squeeze one out. Nah. There's my old coilover. Keen to get these bad boys in. So, while they're out, I'm also going to take out my up control arms and put those in. So, yeah, I'll figure out how to pull the uppers out and then I'll show you. I got the driver's side up control arm out here. Now, when you do this, it is a bit of a pain in the bottom. It is a humongous bolt. So like a good maybe 350, 400mm. So all I did, it's getting light in there. So you got a nut on this side and the bolt runs through here. I took off my splash guards. You do, if you're gentle enough, you can just pop them out with a screwdriver. Now the bolt gets caught on the bottom of a factory Toyota airbox, especially on, I don't know if you can see that. Can we see that? Probably not. On the drain, on the water drain valve thing. So all I did was just took the the mounting bolt out from here, loosen that side, and just gave me enough room to wiggle this thing up and down to get the bolt out. And they were on really tight, like I was busting a gut trying to get it off. Alright guys, so just put that control arm in. As you can see here, getting the bolt in is a bit of fun. You just got to sort of, and doing it by yourself is a bit hard. Sort of just got to shove the bolt up into the engine bay and sort of try and wiggle it down. The torque specifications for that nut is 115 newton meters. And the easiest way of getting your torque wrench in there is just taking off the brackets for your brake lines, because then you can move them around, get your torque wrench in here. So I've done that one. There should be, I believe, a gap like this from the washer on both sides. The factory does have a gap too. And you got to make sure you also put the washers the right way. On the SPC installation little guide, it shows you that you have to put the dimple in. You can see there's that dimple on the washer facing in. So do that on both sides. It also says the torque for the nut on top of the ball joint is about 203 newton meters. I'm just going to whack in that coil over, and hopefully it all goes back in nice. Yeah, just the opposite of pulling it apart. So I'll put that in, get it all together. I haven't got a grease gun here to do that ball joint, so I'm going to try and figure out a way to get some sort of grease in there, because I was going to my mate's place and get his grease gun. So yeah, it's what it is, but all good. Alright guys, it's been a little bit. I got the driver's side all done, the control arm and coil over on. I've also set my caster, as to what I know, is as far forwards as I can get it. It's probably going to get changed tomorrow at the tyre shop, but that's okay. Our control arm on the passenger side, just did that. That was a bit easier to get out. It was still a bit of a muck around. So all I had to do was right up on the inside, there's a line, a hose, and so there's a rubber hose to a steel line and then back to a rubber hose, and there's a bracket like right where the bolt hits. I'm sure you guys will see it when you guys do it yourself. I just undid that bolt, it's just a little, I think it was 10 mil, and that gave me enough just to pull it out of the way and yank the bolt through. You also got to pull your flare, or, guard, fender, whatever you want to call it, the sheet metal in a little bit, just because the head on the bolt is quite large, it just catches, so you just got to sort of pull that in as you yank the bolt through, and then it's super easy to get back in. So alrighty guys, it's been a big day or night in the shed. I think it's 2 or 2:30 in the morning at the moment, but got them on. 33 Razrs with a nice lift in them. They do scrub at the moment, but I'll be able to do a little guard chop just here. And my wheel alignment is stuffed, so I'm just going to take those tyres off, put the crappy old 31s back on and go for a drive. Alrighty guys and girls, I don't know where I last recorded, but that's okay. So I put the Razrs on the car and drove it last night and this morning with those Razrs on. Unfortunately, and I knew this too, they do not fit at all. So I did a guard chop on the car. So I cut a fair bit out of here, of the actual sheet metal, and then out of the plastic and everything, so it actually angles in quite a fair way. This side it actually just clears and it hits this body mount here, and I don't particularly want to do a body mount chop if I don't have to. So back on the 31s for now. The other thing too is because those rims are so, like, I know they're more than an EG 22 rim, so they might be like an EG 25 or an EG 30 or whatever they are, being off a patrol. And the 12.5s, so they're really wide. Man, it looked aggressive, it looked good. I'll put some pictures up. Poke was unreal, like, not good. So I'm back on the 31s for now. The other side though, scrubbing like crazy, and it was ripping the absolute snot. You know, you can't see it, it's too dark. Snot out of there. Especially like flat surfaces, yeah, I can manage. But as soon as you start hitting bumps, and the tyre was going up in the wheel well, not good. So I'm probably going to downsize to a 285 or a 32. I used to have 32s on this, 12.5 by 32 on the 15-inch rim with my old suspension, and my caster wasn't set all the way forwards, and they cleared. So now my caster's set all the way forwards. So the wheel sits really far forwards now, which is great. I've got a big gap because of this new lift. Yeah, I actually don't think I've shown you guys this. Now, one of the reasons why I was replacing suspension in the front was tyres were coming up. These tyres haven't got much left on them, so I bought those Razrs second hand, as I said. And I was like, sweet, I need a bigger lift because I can't fit these with that, and my suspension is knackered. And what I mean by knackered, I'm being serious here. That's my old shock, right? I shouldn't be able to pull, oh man, give me a sec, pull that shock away from that coil. See that? That's not good. So these are absolutely knackered. No, that's another reason why I swapped it out. And, oh man, those Radflow things, they are so nice. Oh, I've never had good suspension before, so yeah. So unfortunately, they didn't fit. So I'm going to wrap that video up here, guys. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate all the support I've been getting from you guys. Everyone seems to like my content because apparently I'm pretty straightforward. Like I tell you if it's going to work or not. And at the moment, that's not going to work. I'm planning on doing a body lift on this anyway, so that would definitely help. But regardless, those tyres are going to hit that body mount. So that's going smaller, I think, or a body mount shot, which I don't really want to do. But yeah, God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one.